his, I just hit record because I forgot. His one analogy was, for example, would you invest in his training, in Josh's training, if he was only making, $2,000 a month and he had not helped mentor a top 10 coach? Would you invest in him? If he had been, had been not bringing on people and developing them into top 10 coaches, would you have invested in his training? And the answer is obviously no, because his production and what he is doing as a leader is why we want to invest in him, and why his actions are speaking louder to us than his words. So that's just so important. And it doesn't have to be like an amazing transformation six-pack. It just has to be progress, and that you're showing that you're just continuing to go up that mountain. And that's how you teach. When people are teaching out of a textbook, like, you don't take them as serious as you would someone that is, showing you the results. For example, are you, like, say this was his example that really is a good one. Say somebody that is like super, no muscle definition whatsoever comes up and he's like, I'm going to teach you how to do bodybuilding. But he went to school for it, so he knows what he's saying, but, he's not proof of the pudding. He doesn't have any type of muscles whatsoever. It's hard to take him very seriously and want his training when he's not walking the walk. So you all have an amazing story to share. You're all on a journey. Y'all have all made amazing progress on your journeys, and it's important to continue to share it and to continue sharing what you're learning and how you're growing from it. Don't tell people to do things that you're not doing as well, or that you're no longer doing. People are always evolving. This business is always evolving. So you will stop producing if you stop evolving. If you stop doing the things you're asking people to do, you're going to stop evolving. You can only control what you can control. Also, by doing your transformations and continuing on your journey, sharing that, helping grow yourself and continuing to move up that mountain, it creates energy and builds momentum. And that is the number one thing you want to hold on to at all costs. Yeah, you're muted. I saw Nicole with her hand up.
I just want to interject really quick and just say something about that energy. Like, well, one is when I first started doing the Josh Coach training and he's like, share before and after every Friday. I'm not going to lie. I was like, I didn't want to do that. Like, I didn't want people to think that I was like that self-absorbed and that I was like, hey, look at me and look at me again. And ooh, here's me again. So I wasn't like really hot on that idea, but I can tell you it's created so much energy and so much interaction on my page with my current following. The people that already were following me are now like really, it's in their face. And you have to think too, if you're constantly adding to your following, and Charlotte, I know you're about to get into training, so don't like freak out about a following, because I'm going to teach you how to gain a following and how to do that pretty quickly. But as you're constantly adding new people, you have to think, if you're really adding new people every month, like you should be doing, then you're always getting a new following. And so it's new people. And the way that Facebook algorithm works, new people are seeing that every Friday. So it's funny because I'll get like the wow face and I'm like, but I just posted something like last Friday. Like, why am I getting wow faces? And it's because those people didn't see it last Friday. So you have to think, like before, I was kind of on a like once a month, I would share my before and afters, and maybe sometimes even like every other month. Like I just was not on the every week train of sharing my before and afters. And I really think that it has made a huge difference, because people are seeing that what I'm doing daily, because I'm showing my daily workouts. I'm showing that I'm doing that, but they're seeing that what I am doing daily is paying off, that, what I'm talking about, there is something happening, that I am gaining muscle and my body is changing. And hey, especially those, like if you have one from when you were like Renee just posted this past week and I did the week before, it's like if you have one from before kids, that's like huge, you know, to show that like, hey, I'm getting more fit now with kids than I was before, you know, or whatever the case may be. Or even if it's like 10 years younger, like I did one where I didn't even mention kids. I was just like, here I am at 25, here I am at 35. Boom. So
yeah,
I just
exactly what she said. And it doesn't have to be always a physical transformation, because we all know that this is a big mental one too. So whatever transformation you're sharing is important, because there's all different types. It doesn't have to be, you know, Monday to Friday or whatever, Friday to Friday every week, or, you know, from the before and after, from the beginning to now. It can be all different ways of sharing just some sort of progress that you're making as far as the way you feel. But definitely not always a scale thing or a physical transformation. But it does build momentum. And he said, don't take responsibility for what others are doing or not doing, because you cannot control that. He said, and this was kind of one that I had to break down a little bit, and he had to, you can control even the things you can't control by controlling the things that you can control. I know that's like a tongue twister and a lot, but what that really means when you break it down is that if you just continue focusing on your journey and doing your vital behaviors every day, sharing on social media vulnerably your transformation and growing yourself in that way, and reaching out to people, just being the best you can be, those are things you can control. Moving up that mountain, that then you'll start controlling the things that are uncontrollable. Like naturally you will get challengers, naturally you will get coaches that want to follow you up the mountain, because whenever anything looks and sounds good, people want to do it. It's just the way the world works. When something looks and sounds good, when you're showing progress in a positive way because of something, people will naturally start getting on that mountain with you. It's the law of energy is what he talked about, with what causes that is the law of energy. So production is positive. It is actually, he defined it as positive peer pressure rubbing off on your team. So, when you hit Success Club, when you, rank advance, when you do any of those type of things, it's actually just positive peer pressure rubbing off on your coaches to want to get on that mountain and keep doing it with you. And so that's the best way to help your coaches and to help yourself grow your business and to reach your goals. Let me continue. So you want to push with who wants to push with you. It will energize others naturally. In the beginning, it's going to be hard. He was like, I'm not going to lie, it's hard in the beginning because you have to create your own energy. You do. You have to create it for your team because there is none in the beginning. And when you create that energy, just being excited, sharing your progress, working that, it will naturally create energy for others. And I already showed that. Take responsibility for the energy on your team. Just like I was saying, you want to just keep, building that momentum and protecting it at all costs as it grows. So as you get momentum going, don't stop growing with that. Don't turn around and start trying to manage that. Keep growing and helping as many people as you can. You can't control who is motivated by you and who shows up. That's something you can't control. All you can control is your journey, and that you're doing those vital behaviors and the best you can do with that. And it will pay off. Production is continual new blood that most likely won't be here a year from now, which was one of those things that, he says it can be hard. He even said it because he was like, it kind of stinks because 80% of you probably won't be coaches next year that I'm talking to on this call right now, and it's sad. And he said, but did you do anything to hurt them? If you did, you did nothing bad. All you did was help those people grow in some way by growing themselves, whether it is being bolder on social media and getting vulnerable, which grows yourself mentally, providing them some transformation. So even if they don't stay with you, you still help them in some way. So don't beat yourself up about it. It is hard to know, but think a mountain is hard to climb. So a lot of people won't stay on the mountain, but think of those 20% that are on that mountain that need you to stay on it. So never quit climbing the mountain because someone decided that, they didn't want to stay on it, because that's okay too. It's not always for everybody. But, you can still show them the way. And, that's when he said, did you add value to people? Did you encourage them? Did you challenge them to grow in some way or be vulnerable? Then you did them a service, whether they stuck with it or not. Some people won't want to make the long-term sacrifices that is required when you own your own business, because y'all are all CEOs of your own business. And like I was saying, that 20%, they need you. So don't give up, because those 20% that are still there, they need you. And the more people, the higher up the mountain you get, the more people will keep following you up that mountain. So don't, make it an excuse to help less people because it's discouraging. You're looking at it backwards when you think like that. You just need to keep reaching more people and keep focused on production, because that's what leaders do. Leaders focus only on the controllable. They can't control what others do and don't do. And you're not here to manage and be a bad boss. You're here to be a leader, and leaders, they just keep doing the best they can do with what they can control. So he said a lot of people can get overwhelmed, obviously, with the picture, and I'm sure a lot of you can think this, because I did in the beginning. That mountain is so high. I don't see myself ever getting up to the top of that mountain. And those kind of negative thoughts can get in our heads. And he said, don't get overwhelmed by the mountain. You don't have to take on the whole mountain in one day. You just have to make one step. So every day, just do that one step. Just keep working on your journey and being the best you can be, and the rest will take care of itself. So each day you'll get up that mountain. And for those that have been around a while, that have been really great with, Success Club, and you may feel like I'm not having any luck, just know that if you produce something, you can produce again. It's in you, and you have a gift. So don't quit because you're running through a rough patch. They call it the sophomore slump, like with an album. Like you have that number one hits, first record, and then the next music group comes in, and they're like, the next album is released, and he's like, I can't make a number one album like I did the first time, and they get discouraged. Well, don't let that discourage you. Just keep going. Sometimes you just need someone to help that believes in you, to tell you that you are worth it and you can do this. Just don't give up on yourself. Um, want to share one last thing, I think. All this. So there was a girl. This is probably one of the best parts of the call. So many notes. Well, before I get to that, a lot of you know that he's going through a lot right now personally, and we all go through a lot personally. But like I had said earlier, we need to always protect our momentum at all costs. You need to embrace hard times and know that you're not the only one going through hard times. Don't you can only have the power to choose how you control your bad situation. You don't have control over what's done to you. All you have control over is how you choose to handle it. Do you choose to be the victim of your situation, or do you choose to be the light that shines on others when you're filled with darkness? Because when you're filled with a lot of darkness and a lot of stuff is going on in your life, it can be hard to shine light on others, but when you do, it shines light back on you. So it's always important to protect the momentum you've built and to keep showing up, even though hard times will happen, because that's life and everybody goes through hard stuff. But stay committed to doing what you said you were going to do, and stay focused on your priorities. And that was, and then, so we had this Q&A time, and there was one question that this girl asked that she said, I'm a nurse practitioner. I have 4 kids, and it's hard for me to do your homework assignments. I feel so burnt out. I can't give 100% to my day job. And I'm feeling guilty for that, as with my job. And he's a life coach too, so he said, well, are you asking me what to do, or like to give you permission not to do the assignments in total? Because she basically said in the question, without asking the question, she said, I'm only going to do 2 connects a day when you ask for 20, because I know what I can handle and what I can't handle. So I need to give 100% to my day job, and I'm only going to, do 10 versus your 20 that you want me to do. And he said, can I go into life coach mode for a minute here? Are you asking me what to do, or are you asking me on how to balance what you have right now as your responsibility? And she was like, well, I'm asking for balance. I want to find balance in this. And he's like, I'm just suggesting. I cannot tell you how to live your life. That, and I am all about my character and my integrity. But my day job was maxed out. He had hit, when he was sharing his story, I hit where it was maxed out. I could grow no further. I was spending a lot of time away from my kids. And I frankly was, my day job wasn't making a commitment to me the way I was making a commitment to it. It wasn't giving me where I could have, an amazing birthday party with my child, for example. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to tell my kids, I'm sorry, you're going to have a birthday party at home. I'm going to have to make your cake. I wish I could, have your birthday party there, but my job has not made the commitment to me. I've maxed out there. I've hit the breaking point. I can't grow anymore there. So we're just going to have to, have it this way. And he said, so which one is more important to you? Your day job or your family's future? And he said, that was when she was like, me? And he goes, I'm just sharing me. And he's like, this is what I made the decision with my life. That was when it was, my day job has maxed out. and I feel like I'm not providing for my family the way I want to. I don't have the freedom that I desire for them, and I'm not able to give them all the things that I want to give them, and I feel like they deserve. And it's selfish of me to give my day job everything from me, and not try to see my family's future, and it's the importance of it. And so he said, I made a decision that I was going to give 100% to my family and not my boss, because that they had not made a commitment to me. My job had not made that commitment to me. So why am I going to make the full commitment to it? I'm going to make my 100% commitment to my family and what I can control, and that is growing my business. And so when he made that commitment, his performance naturally went down from 100% with his day job. And he was tired. He was like, I'm not going to lie, it was hard work. I was tired. I didn't give 100% to my day job, but it was worth it because my family's future is more important. I don't want my kids to pay for me giving all my attention to my day job and not to them and their future. I don't want my kids to pay for my excuses of not wanting to work this business and make it work for them and their future, because they deserve more than what I'm currently giving them. And so I'm willing to make that sacrifice short term. And that was, and that is controlling what you can control. You can't control that you're tapped out at your job. You can't control your boss and how much they're going to pay you. Are you going to work for your boss's future, or are you going to work for your family's future? And that was, something that is very aha for me.
It's really your boss's family's future. Like, are you putting in for your boss's family's future or for your family?
Yeah, because it's your boss's dream that you're working on, not your own. And so, I don't know your whys, everybody's why on this call right now, but I do know mine, and that is a big part of mine. I know that this is, I'm working this business in a big way for my family's future because they deserve more. And I want to give them what I can control. And I just want to encourage you, if that is your why too, to keep that in mind when you're making those decisions, those tough decisions, because this business is one where you can make the choice and no one would know to not work the business. Just like with your health and fitness, it'll show, with production, that'll show with time, just like your progress on Fridays. If you're posting weekly, you won't have a progress to show because you're not doing it. But that fly is now flying around my head and I hear it buzzing. It hasn't gone away, but sorry to just go there, but yeah.
Well, why don't we ask people their whys real quick? Like, let's just go into it really quick. Like, why you're here, why this is important to you, why you want to do this, or why you need to do this. I can go first to break the ice. So my why has changed, and you'll find that your why will change. That why you need to make this work for you will change as you continue pushing on and as you grow as a person. Because I can tell you that nothing has grown me more. I thought that becoming a mom, that was like nothing could grow you more than becoming a mom, because you truly grow up when you become a mom. But I can tell you that becoming a coach and doing personal development and helping other people change their lives has truly grown me in a very different way. So when I first started coaching, my why was pretty clear to me. I didn't think that I really needed the money part of it. So for me in the beginning, it wasn't about the money. For me, it was the accountability. I wanted the accountability. I had never been fit. I wanted to get fit, and I knew I'm very much on keeping my word. And if I say I'm going to do something, then I'm going to do it. And I don't want to make an ass out of myself. So when I go and I tell Facebook, the whole Facebook world that, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach, I'm going to make sure that the results are going to come. and when I announced it, the results weren't there. It was, the very beginning. I had only been doing it for a few weeks. But my why has grown much deeper since then. I'm 3 years in now, and I truly, so some of you have heard my why before, so I'll be really quick. But a year ago, my husband was fired from his job that he had been at for the company he had been with for 25 years. And they fired him like it was nothing. Like he hadn't just put in 25 years of his life and worked there his entire adult life and given everything to them. And when I say everything, like the man, it truly was his company first, then his family. Like he would go early in the mornings, he would stay all day. I mean, he worked and worked and worked, and he gave so much to that company. And then he was fired, and they asked him to move. We moved halfway across the country, and then he was fired like it was nothing. And he was like, sorry, they were just like, we're going in a different direction. I've never seen my husband so crushed. And I knew then that I never wanted us to rely on another company or anyone else, that I was going to hustle and I was going to work, and I was going to be able, if my husband wanted to keep working, that's one thing, but he wasn't going to have to. We were going to create a business from home that we could do that would support us, and that when we're ready to retire, or he's ready to retire, or he's just fed up, or whatever happens in the future, that we don't have to rely on another company. Or if someone says, sorry, we're not completely crushed and devastated and feel like we're going to lose everything. So my why is much greater now, like, and I think about, I want to retire my husband. I want to be able to provide for my family. I want to be able to think of a retirement and what we have, and that we're going to have something. I don't want to be like my mom, who's now living with her kids because she can't work anymore and she can't support herself because she didn't have anything to fall back on in life. So those are my whys. Like I said, they've grown a lot deeper than the beginning of just wanting to be held accountable to my fitness. Once I started bringing in the money and seeing the true potential of this company and seeing that I could do that, my why grew much bigger.
All right, I'll go. I'm Charlotte. I haven't met a lot of you, so I'm very new. I'm just finishing up my first month as a challenger. At this point, it's very much kind of like what Nicole said. I want to be held accountable. I want to make sure that I'm fit and healthy, and have a 2-year-old that is crazy active, and I want to be able to keep up with him. I don't want him running circles around me for his whole life. My boyfriend is in great shape. He's in the Navy. He works out at least once a day, if not twice. And I like the idea of being able to keep up with them and be active with them. And also just the meals have been life-changing. I got into a rut. My boyfriend's out of town a lot. It's just my son and I, and just make the same things over and over again. So for me, the meal plans was a huge reason why I decided to join. I've been following Nicole for about a year now, and she's very inspiring, and it's nice to see her story and see her succeed. And I don't need to lose weight by any means, but I want to just be toned and fit and feel healthy. And the meal plans have really helped to kind of get my energy up, and making new things ideas I would never put together. I don't think I'll ever buy salad dressing ever again from the store. Just those little things that really have made an impact on me and my family. And I just want to be, I guess my why is to be healthy and to live an active lifestyle and be able to do all the things that we want to do as a family. So that's my why, I guess.
Okay, well, I can go. I originally joined because I needed to lose a few pounds because I had a rough year before after a car wreck, and I just sat around a lot. But I also joined because I love the sense of community and the group and just being around other people that have the same goals, and being being the coach, I mean, at least trying to be a coach, is helping me build confidence. And I really needed that opportunity and that chance to really just get to be on Facebook and just write a post, and just weekly say all these things I've been wanting to say that I haven't ever, talked to anybody. So this, like the community, just being on Facebook, this social aspect has been really good for me mentally. That's been like a really good outcome. And I know Renee has been very encouraging on that, and thank you. Another why is because I really want to have kids, and I know that if I lose weight, then I have a better chance of that happening. So that's my other why. Yeah, that's it.
I just want to say something, Hannah, really quickly to you, because you said something. You said at least trying to be a coach, and I just want to tell you, like, don't give up. Like, doing this 3 years, and it takes time. It takes time to following. It takes time. It's not easy. And here's the thing, like, I get this a lot from people, because they're like, sign up with me, and then after like 2 months or whatever, they're like, like, I don't know if this is working out. Here's my biggest thing is, like, when you think about starting up a business, like, no matter what it is, like, whether it's a restaurant, whether it's, anything, like just anything, it's going to take time to build clientele. It's going to take time to build something up, but nothing is cheaper than this. Like $15.99 a month to be able, to spend building up. And then everything else you're spending on Shakeology and the programs, everything else, that's for you.
Yeah.
That's for you to take care of you. So for me, it's like, like I want to grow even bigger. Like, I have so much energy and so much passion for this business, and I want to take it to the top. Like, I can totally see myself as a top 10 coach, but I know that right now, I have my kids, and I tell Renee, I'm like, they're not going to be babies forever. And once I get them in school full time, I'm going to go at this like a full-time job. Right now, I only put about 10 hours a weekend, and I have to know that what I put in is what I'm going to get out of it. And I have to be okay with that. And if I'm willing to put more in and know that I'm going to get more back, then, but it's a give and take, because you're building a business and you're building a following, and it's not going to happen overnight. People need to see consistency. They need to see you sticking with it, because I've had people, like Charlotte just told me, she just joined me. She followed me for a year. She needed to see that I wasn't some hack on Facebook, like just being like, hey, I'm doing this fitness thing, and then fall off the face of the earth in a week, So you just got to stick with it and not give up. So I just wanted to say that with that trying to be a coach. You are a coach. You just gotta not give up.
Thank you.
I love that.
All right, I'll go. So I've been a coach for 2 years now, and definitely mine has evolved and gone through different stages. Initially, just like Hannah, it was definitely for the community that I joined and that I wanted to be part of this. And that's still a part of it. Then it progressed through wanting to be home with my kids more. I only work part-time still, but I didn't want to have to go back to work full-time and, stay with them as much as I could. And then the money aspect came along as well. And right now, Keho and I are reading through the book, Get Over Your Damn Self. I know some of you know, I've read it. And boy, did she dig deep within. And so I have a new why. And I'm not going to get emotional about it. I won't go into details. But basically, I need to, first of all, prove to myself that I can do this. And then there are some people in my life that I need to, or I feel like I need to show that, yes, I can do this. I can have my own business. I can be the CEO of my own business, and I can have success. Mm-hmm. So currently that is my drive with this business.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, I love that actually, because I don't mention that as my why, but I don't know why it's not in there, because my husband totally doubted me. And he was like, you've started so many different things and you've gone through so many different jobs, and this is just going to be another one of those things. And I was like, I've been doing this. And like, so now, yeah, 3 years in, I'm like,
Yeah, hubby's definitely on the list.
Yeah, I got that too from my husband. That's funny. Now he does.
and let's be honest, I don't know about you guys, but my husband had reason to doubt me. I hadn't stuck with anything.
Look at you now.
I guess it's me now. So, my why too has changed since I've grown. I have been coaching. Sorry, I'm at work and I'm listening to the pages, but I've been coaching for over a year now, and my original why was prevention, which is still is. Like I lost my grandma, and it always gets me emotional, but I lost my grandma suddenly from a heart attack. My entire family, I come from a long line of high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, heart disease, all that stuff. And I'm not the one to take medication for it or every single day and change my life around those diseases. And if I can prevent that, I will, for myself, for my family, and for anybody who wants to go with me. So that's still my why. Today, another one of my whys is just this community. Like, Nicole, you inspire me to be better fitness and health. Edita, you inspire me to better myself and the business aspect. And today I just need to prove to myself that just sticking with my health and fitness, I want to do the same thing with my business as well.
All right, guys. So I just want to share really quick. Sorry, I don't typically get emotional. I try to hide it. But I've always been a really antisocial person, and I've really always kept to myself, and this business has probably helped me grow the most in that way. Renee probably knows me better than anyone on here, and she knows the me before Beachbody, the me that would go to parties and everyone just thought I was a stuck-up snob because I wouldn't talk to anyone. And even Renee's mom was like, "What's wrong? What's up with your friend?" Like, because I guess I just also had the resting bitch face all the time. And I couldn't talk to people at parks. I couldn't make mom friends. It was just really hard. And I have to tell you, like, you guys talking about the community, I never would have imagined that being something that was important to me, because I've just always really valued my alone time, to the point that even my husband working out of town works for me, because I really value my time. But this community it's been amazing. So I'm really glad, Kay, how that you shared that, because that is definitely one of my whys. I couldn't imagine not having all of you amazing women and not having the challenge groups and just, all of that has become such a huge part of my life. I wake up in the morning and the first thing I do, I don't go on Facebook. I could care less about Facebook. I go into my challenge group. And I plug into those women. And so, yeah, that's definitely something that definitely speaks to my heart too.
This is awesome. this always like gets me choked up because it's just so powerful to hear these amazing like reasons behind why we do this and what it can do for us by taking this journey. I know my husband would say stuff like, "So what are you gonna do after Beachbody?" And I'm like, "What do you mean after? Like, I don't even understand that question. Can you rephrase that?" There is no after. This is a lifestyle. This is so much more than that. And I would never dream of doing anything different. And you know, I haven't really shared a lot about my why yet after y'all all went, but I started my first challenge group April 4 years ago, and I became a coach in July. So I'm coming up on, it's my 4-year mark of being a coach this July. And when I became a coach, I was like, I'm only doing it for the discount. And I totally was just like, I'm not willing to admit that I want to be a coach because I don't want to fail. And I hid it from Nicole. They made jokes about me and said, "You're not going to be one of those." I had to delete somebody that was a Beachbody coach. And I was like, "Oh, I'm afraid. I can't tell her now." And I was very insecure. I was so in my shell, insecure and afraid of being judged by everyone. And that first time I posted and put out that I was a Beachbody coach, it was like, I got to do this. Like, that was it. I said I'm doing it, so I'm all in. I've got to do it. I got to prove that I got to do this, and I can't quit on this because once I commit to something. And the one thing I just started with was I just want to help one person. It doesn't matter. One person change their life the way I have and get the results like I have. And I just started with that one person thought. And I went from one person to the next person, the next one person, the next one person. And if I kept that, one foot in front of the other, one person, it just blossomed and it became, 2 or 3. And then I'm, getting more confident and I started sharing my guns on Facebook or whatever. And it inspired Nicole. And
I'm real deep.
Yeah, I had to like show a picture of my guns, and she's like, "Dang, I got to do that." And I was begging her. I was like, "Let me give you my turbo fire. I just need some people posted in my challenge group." And when I was first starting out, I was just doing whatever I could to fill up a challenge group, and I was basically like, I have these Beachbody programs, so I'm going to give this to this person. I mean, I was doing whatever I could to fill up a challenge group and get people to commit to me as a coach so I could change a life. And Nicole's over there like, I'm not committing to this. I do not work out.
Y'all, I was like, I'll post in your challenge group, but I'm not giving up my Cheetos. So I'd be over here eating my Cheetos, like, worked out, everything.
Oh my goodness.
And Renee's like, "Did you try that program?" And I'm like, "Nah."
She's like, "That's not for me. I don't like that cardio stuff." And now she's like, "Shanti's my favorite." I'm like, that is so nice. Is that the same Nicole?
You guys, it took me like a year to try anything with cardio. I like did 21-day fix, and like I was like, okay, I can do the weights, but yeah.
Yeah, and but yeah, and it evolved. It was just like, let me help one person and get a discount, and then because I had gotten the results, and then it was like, no, I'm gonna not ever have to go back to work. And I know I'm going to have to when my kids hit kindergarten because my husband told me, well, they're both about to go to kindergarten and I don't have to go back to work. And now it's, I want my husband to quit his job because he wants to quit his job. So, it's like one why to the next. You just evolve as you keep putting one foot in front of the other up that mountain.
And we're all here because of you, because you wanted to help that one person. We're all here.
And, but yeah, that is the power of what this is. And, you don't know who those people are going to be. You don't know who those people are going to be. I didn't know. I just trusted that one person will show up. And it just snowballs. So not getting.
She definitely didn't think her most non-fitness friend was going to be one of her top coaches.
Yeah. You can't predict it. You can't control the uncontrollable. I couldn't, and Nicole will tell you, I tried to control her. I tried to turn around totally off my mountain and be like, Nicole, you got to do this. And she's like, I quit, done. And she quit on me for like 6 months.
I was like, I don't do bosses. I don't do bosses.
That's why I'm starting this business. I had to learn. I was growing as a CEO. And I got off my mountain a lot of times and was like, I got to help these coaches and pull them on this mountain. And then I realized, you know what? No, that is the wrong mindset because they're their own CEO. All I can do is show them by what I'm doing. And that's what you've got to do. Lead by example. That is what inspires coaches to continue going up their mountain and following you. And that is what inspires your challengers. So showing up in that challenge group, doing your workouts, getting your meals done. That is what gets your challenge groups involved. That's what helps you help that one person. And, it snowballs. So, that's the only thing you can control. Yeah, it's funny because you just don't know who's gonna, get on the mountain with you, but people will. Amazing. So I think that was really it for tonight, other than the summit talk, which Nicole is going to share a little bit about that, I think, as far as we have the dinner. You're going to go. I'm going to let you take over that. So.
All right, so let's talk all things summit. Okay, so we will be arriving on Wednesday. I'm assuming, Yadida, are you and Renee and Samantha carpooling? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I will be flying in. My plane lands at like 11:30, 11:40, I think. So I'll just plan, if you guys aren't near the airport or whatever, just to Uber over to the house. And then we can just meet up there. The house check-in is noon. So we can get to the house anytime afternoon. Wednesday, I'm thinking, which Renee can tell us a little more about, like, I think we can go and actually get all of our badges and everything that day. Wristbands and check in. Right? We can do that on Wednesday.
Yeah, you should. The past 3 summits, this is, I think, my 4th one. Yeah. You should definitely be able to just go and get your stuff on Wednesday. And that's why I like getting there on Wednesday, because I like to scope out the area and I like to go ahead and get checked in because it's just easier that way. And that way, for people that do get there on Thursday, we will already have like a game, be like, this is how it's going to flow. And it'll just at least will have that be in the know of like, from our house, how do we get to each place? What's the fastest way? Where's it, you know, and
Well, that's what I was going to say is on Wednesday, we can take the trolley over to the conference center so we can kind of get an idea too of the trolley, like how long it's going to take from the house, because the house is only 2 miles from to the places that we're meeting. So it's super duper close. The only concern that I have, which the only reason I would even think Uber, is how many stops in between the trolley makes to see how long it truly takes to get there. So, but it's only like, I think $2 or $3, and you can buy a trolley pass for the week for like $10 or something. So, so checking that out on Wednesday. Do we have anything else Wednesday night?
I don't think so. I think Wednesday's pretty much just like, let's get there, let's get situated, because once Thursday evening hits, it's go, go, go. It's go, go, go.
Yeah. So Wednesday night wouldn't be a bad night to do like a chill team night. I know K-Hal's not making it in until Thursday. But it wouldn't be a bad idea. I know we're going to get food on Saturday, but Wednesday wouldn't be a bad idea to do like a chill night and like have like kind of relax on the hot tub or at the hot tub or whatever. Just thought there. And then the only other thing is Thursday there's Diamond Day for anybody that's going to that.
Can I say, I was just thinking that if they're not going, they can go to Josh Coates' training.
That's what I was just about to say, is that if those of you who haven't qualified for Diamond Day, Josh Coates is doing amazing training. Renee, we should probably post that link in the group so people can pay for their tickets to that Josh Coates training on Thursday, because he is worth it. I make jokes all the time. Like, he can just have all my money. Like seriously, just take my business where I want it to go, and here's my money. Because he's really, really motivational and really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I would love to go to that. Renee and I have been so torn about which one to go to. So there is that. Thursday evening, we have the black party.
Yes.
That is before the general conference kickoff thing. The welcome kickoff. I don't know what all the lingo is. So we have those things. I think we're going straight from the party, if I'm not mistaken, to the welcome party. Going from Amber's welcome party to the actual Beachbody one.
And that'll be in the Superdome, which will be like where we all come together in one big arena for like big announcements. Usually the first one, they come out and they recognize all the 1 to 4 star diamonds. You know, I think I don't know if they do the millionaires right then, but it's a lot of recognition. They usually give some big announcements. For those that aren't going to be there live for that, they will do it live recording that you can tune into. I think like YouTube Live, I'm trying to remember how they posted it last year. Did you get on that, Yadida? When they were on the general session or the big celebration? Okay.
I did. They actually have it where you can get on, and they do it through, because I wasn't even there, they do it through the Beachbody YouTube channel.
Yeah. And so you'll get to see like it like you're there. You're just not you're just watching on TV. And they do the announcements, they do some it's funny, and the CEO gets up there, usually does a speech, and they do a lot of recognition and some training stuff with that. And then so you can keep going.
And then let's see, so that's and then Friday we start our training. So Friday, so everything's going to be super busy. We're going to be coming back to the house, changing, doing things like that. A lot of us are going to be split up. during different times. So that's why it's important to figure out what mode of transportation you want to do, whether you want to do the trolley or you want to do Uber. Because a lot of times, when we get those training breaks, some of us might be running back to the house for lunch. And that's another thing. I think, we are going to pick up a few grocery items to be able to have breakfast. So grabbing breakfast before we go to the trainings and everything is, Renee, did we talk about doing the breakfast? Are you after that fly? Are we talking about doing the breakfast after the workout, like running to the house and eating before we go to the training or before we go to the workout?
Let me pull it up. So what I think I noticed about this time is that they do have our workouts and they'll all be at 6 a.m. So we can really, leave together at 6 a.m. I like to get there really early. I may not be as really hardcore about that as I have been in the past. Like I've been a little crazy about getting to places early, but I don't want anyone to feel pressured. This is your summit. This is your opportunity to grow and learn and to take in, as much as you can, and this culture and the environment and being around other people that are just like us and learn from them and grow. You're going to be around thousands of other coaches that are from all over that you can just learn from everywhere. But we all do our workouts at 6. They have a Shakeology bar from 6 to 9, but I think we'll have our own Shakeology bar at the house. So we can just, what I would usually do is I would grab a Shakeology on my way to the workout early. Like I would probably shake it up as I'm in the bathroom getting ready or something real fast and chug it like right after I brush my teeth or before, I don't know. I would just try to get that in because I just wanted to before my workout, and that's what I usually did. And then earn my energy. And then I take my Energize with me on my way there.
So when is the training? Do you remember? Because I'm trying to figure out if we're going to have enough time to go back to the house and eat breakfast before our training starts.
Yes. So the core opens at noon, which is the shopping stuff. And if you got box lunches, that's from 12 to 2. And then trainings is from 2 to 5.
Oh, so we have plenty of time to go back to the house before anything starts, right?
No. So 9:30 a.m. to noon is our general session. So that's when we come together with the big Superdome again. It's going to be in the Superdome for our morning training, and that's with so one of the speakers or two of them will be speaking from 9:30 to 12. Then we have a break from 12 to 2. So we have a 2-hour break, lunch break. And then we go back into training with the coaches in the smaller groups, depending on the hall you chose, hall D, E, or F. And that's all from 2 to 5. Then I'm actually looking through the app. So that's how I'm telling you this. Oh, are you still there? Is she frozen? Well, that Friday, you probably saw is the Beachbody Classics from 6 to 6:45. If you want to go to that, you can. That's when they show like the people that got to like through a Beachbody workout, did Body Beast and got like all bulky, and they do this, beach like their own kind of bikini competition thing that with Beachbody. And so that's pretty cool. And then you get an award with Sagi. I think he leads that. So you can go watch that show. And that's till 6:45. And then at 9 o'clock is our Success Club party. So I know you ladies are going with us to that are coming to Summit, and that's Raw party. So that'll be on Friday. So So that's like really how Friday and Saturday are going to be the same. It's just Saturday, instead of our workout that we selected, we do the super workout, and that one I would definitely eat before I go. And then we're probably going to want to eat again after, like a real breakfast, because it's an hour and a half workout with all the trainers. And it's like they're going to shut down streets and everything all over New Orleans for us to do like a live workout where we just shut down all the streets in New Orleans. So I usually would have my Shakeology, and then we're going to we're planning on having a breakfast at the house after that. So we can go back at 7:30 and eat breakfast at our house, because it'll be just too chaotic in the streets to, I think, find anything, because there are going to be so many other coaches. Like they'll probably all go to the healthy stuff too, like Panera's, if any of those are around or whatever, for breakfast. So we'll just go back to our house and have a nice breakfast there. And then we'll have to be at our general session at 9:30. And that's till 1. And then we have our training from 3 to 5 that day. And then the evening is the celebration from 8:30 to 10:30, which is when they celebrate the person that is like the male and the female that win the $100,000 for the biggest transformation story. So those are really like amazing stories that are tear jerkers usually. And they do some more recognition and a little other closing stuff. And on that, I think we did say that night. Okay, so that night as well, that was what Nicole was going to share. But so we have that break from 3 to 5 is the training, and then the celebration starts at 8:30. A lot of times people will go and like it'll just be chaos with trying to find a restaurant and planning that. So what we're going to do is we're going to order takeout, and we're going to give you the menu on Wednesday, and everybody's going to be able to choose what they want to eat for Saturday. So when we go back to the house, we can just get ready. And then, by the time we're ready, the food should be delivered by then, so we can eat and then go to the celebration together for the last thing for the evening. So I just kind of gave them a rundown, Nicole, while you were off. I didn't get into detail about Saturday's dinner, but I just said it was takeout, and I brought it up.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Basically we will have, sorry, it's so dark. Hold on. That's not going to help. Sorry. All right. So anyways, like Renee said, we'll do takeout. We'll do some true New Orleans food. But she has mentioned that at all the other summits that Saturday is kind of chaotic, and people are trying to grab food really quick before they get to the next event, and places are usually like an hour wait, and you end up almost not eating or not having enough time to eat. So we figure that we will plan ahead, and we will have the takeout menus ready for everyone. So you guys will pick your food that you're going to eat the night before, and give us that stuff so that we can place your order as soon as we get out of that first training. And that way, when we go back and we can start getting ready for the nighttime celebration, our food can get delivered while we're getting ready, and then we can eat, and then we can head over there so that we don't have any chaos or any wait times or anything like that. So, and I think that's a great idea. And it'll give us an opportunity to just kind of chill at the house for a little bit before our next event as well.
Yeah.
And guys, we haven't mentioned it much because we're going to be busy. We're going to be on the go. But the house you know, you guys have seen the pictures. It's a super nice house. It has a hot tub on the back. It has a nice big deck. So feel free, like, you know, there's going to be events that some people are going to be going to that other people won't, you know, so that, like, for instance, the Mardi Gras ball, you know, there are going to be people that may, you know, that are going to stay behind at the house. So that's why we got this house, so that you guys can still relax and still have a nice time and still do things, you know, and enjoy the hot tub. Or like coming in late, you know, from something, you might want to do the hot tub before you head to bed, you know, so that's there's an option. And hopefully will bring us together as a team rather than everyone just going in their hotel room and going to bed.
So there's still some community where we are still, like, even though we may not be on the same track, we still get to see each other and we still get to spend some time together. But I don't know, what do you remember what hall everybody chose? I think I was F, right?
I'm F.
F. Yeah, I'm F.
I think both Keha and I chose F. I think so.
Okay. What workouts are y'all doing?
I think I did quarter fours.
That you'll be
I don't remember.
Nicole, right? Nicole's doing quarter fours.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing Chris's shift shop. You know what you're doing, K-How?
Yeah, I think I'm doing quarter force as well.
Okay, so y'all will go to that. I know Samantha's doing Pio and Tracy's doing Pio.
I guess we need to figure out the breakfast thing, because the other thing, Renee, what it's sounding like is it might make sense for us to kind of put together breakfast boxes that we can take with us.
Well, this is what I've done the past 3 years is Shakeology and like a banana or a granola bar. Like bring that kind of snack food, and then you can
From 6 a.m. to 12. That's it.
Yeah, I would have like a peanut butter and.
Okay, so y'all, we'll let her have Shakeology and a banana. We're gonna have some stuff at the house where we can take food, because Mama don't play that. I eat.
I would take spoonfuls of peanut butter. I'm telling you, we're gonna be so busy. Like I would pack a lot of snacks, like Lara bars and stuff, in your bag. Because I'm just saying it's gonna be hard. Yeah, like have stuff at the house. Like I would always pack stuff in for the room, my hotel room, when I went.
Hey, K-How, I know you're getting in late. If you want to give me like a little like list of things, I'm gonna hit up the grocery store on Wednesday.
Okay.
I'm happy to pick things up for you.
Okay.
And I am not above taking like veggies and hummus and boiled eggs and things like that. I mean, we're going to be around fitness-minded people that are doing the same stuff and like doing like a little cooler or whatever, because we're going to have that little bit of time in between the workout and the 9:30 session to like gobble up some healthy food that'll hold us over until lunchtime.
Okay. I'll get that together then. Thank you.
That is, like I remember having like tuna fish packets, and I'd open them up during like the general session and be eating them with a spoon. And I'm like, sorry for the smell.
It turned a few heads, huh?
Yeah, I don't know, whatever. I was hungry. I'm like, I gotta eat this tuna. And I just had those packets. But it was a hotel, so we didn't have the ability to cook the way we do now. So that's why, like, Saturday, for example, is that hour-and-a-half workout with all those training. It's going to be intense. So we need the Shakeology before, and we're going to need a big breakfast after before we go to and probably, like, some type of, like, clean ourselves up a little bit. Because I remember I was sweaty, and I remember after the super workout one year, I was like, I think I'm going to faint because I needed to eat so bad. and we were wondering, and Panera was out the door. And so I don't want any wondering for breakfast after that. Like, we need to find food and find it fast. So I think just having breakfast at our house will be good. Right after the workout, we'll just hit up our house, have breakfast there, something good.
And how do we want to do that? Are we just going to put some money together, or everybody get whatever they want for themselves, or?
We can, maybe make some kind of list of what everybody likes, because,
we can just take a vote and see if everyone, general consensus, if everyone likes egg cups and there's like muffin pans at the house, we can just make a big thing of egg cups and
Perfect.
like sweet potato hash or something to go with it.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that's great.
I think in like Wednesday we could get it ready probably. Or
yeah, I think we're all pretty good at meal prepping, so I think we can.
We're gonna be testing those skills.
Right.
That's gonna be fun though.
Do you guys have like all your outfits, like everything?
No.
You know what you're bringing?
We need to talk about that because I'm not fully certain. I guess Christina Munoz had put that out, depending on whether we were going to go back and change. Are we going to stay like in our workout outfits throughout the day? But it sounds like at least at noon we'll be able to go back and change.
So Saturday we can make it back. We have to do our break. 6:45 to 9:30. We have time to go back. I mean, we don't have a lot of time, we can't diddle daddle or whatever. I sounded like so, but anyways, can't diddle daddle. We just gotta, do our thing, and but I think we can go back.
Going back, getting in the hot tub.
Right.
Yeah. But I think we can go back, and if you want, you can change. Or if you don't want to, feel like you can do whatever you want to do. I probably may change. I just usually did. And I would probably throw on something to like a sundress or like shorts and a tank. Something that is loosely fitting for the humidity, and then have a jacket in the bag for when I'm inside a building and if I get cold.
So question, because I know that you were in a hotel room before, so you probably didn't have these options. But if we have enough time and we are running back and changing real quick, then if we had meal prep for breakfast, then we could just pop something in the microwave and down it real quick. I mean, I'm not talking about having a sit-down meal together because everyone will be going and doing different things. But if we meal prep on Wednesday when we get there, we could meal prep breakfast for the week for everyone and just have different options, like boil some eggs, do some egg cups.
Fruit.
Fruit, just something easy and simple that we can eat really quick.
Yeah, muffins. We could get some sort of like muffins somewhere. And yeah, we'll have Shakeology muffin. I don't know. Stuff.
That sounds good.
Coffee.
Coffee.
It's funny because I just wanted to share this, but Josh, he does Energize and coffee. He's like, it's never or, it's always and that's what a lot of personal development people will say. Never or, it's always and. You never say do this or that with your business. You always say you're doing this and that. You always add to what you're already doing. You never take away what you've been doing. So yeah, he drinks coffee and Energize because it's never one or the other. It's both. And and Nicole's like, you've had too much caffeine. It's so bad for you. And then
I'll get on the phone with her and she's like, ugh. And I'm like, how much did you drink?
Oh my goodness. Well, okay, so y'all know probably. So Sarah Fry, one of the coaches, said that there's something that too much caffeine does to you, some body thing that's bad for you. I don't know. Something.
Makes you a spaz.
Causes damage somewhere, and it's not good actually. And so he's like, well, it's never or. So now I only do half a scoop of Energize versus the 2 scoops with my coffee.
Oh my goodness. I
That's
might
great.
try that. Oh, maybe I shouldn't. I might get addicted to it.
I did that, not the coffee thing, but I, last Sunday, because I was doing, I ran a couple of miles that morning with a friend and then had a group workout. And then I committed to doing a workout with my husband later that day. So yeah, I ended up having 2 things of scoops of Energize that morning, and I ended up with coffee that night to get through that workout. But yeah, there was one time that I drank coffee and I forgot, and I followed it with Energize right before my workout, and I couldn't even work out. I was just like laying on the ground, like trying to control my breathing.
Yeah,
Okay,
she was crazy
so-
at the workout.
Yeah, like I can't.
Everyone was like, wait, whoa.
I can't handle. Usually, I only do like a half a scoop of Energize. Okay, so clothes. So the general consensus is wear whatever you want. Just be comfortable. I'm thinking as little clothes as you're comfortable with, as your modesty level will allow you, because I've been to New Orleans in July and it is extremely, extremely hot. Like there's nothing like it. I'm from Florida, and I'm telling you, New Orleans is a whole new level of hot.
Like the sweat, humidity, hot. Like you're just,
Yeah, like you feel like you're melting. So as little clothes as you can. I'm definitely doing a lot of like summer rompers, little thin things, thin material, summer dresses that are really thin, things that, you know, are just
outfit like that black dress night. I'm looking to wear like something that is thin.
yeah, you're gonna die in that black outfit, so you need to make sure that
You're not gonna die, but
you need to as soon as I saw her say black, I was like so I'll just tell you guys, like, I'm wearing a black shorts romper, but it's the shirt, the blouse up under the romper is mesh with a tube top, so that it's like, and it's a tank top, so it's a tank top mesh with a tube top and shorts. So that, like, seriously, it's little clothes as you're comfortable with, and thin. You know, you don't want like
the opening ceremony. Like I'm getting in there. I'm not flying in until like 6 something. By the time I get to the house and even change, would I even make it, or should I not worry about it, or?
probably not. I mean, I guess the only thing is if you want to wear black, just because everybody will be in black at the opening ceremony.
But so the opening ceremony is worth me going to? Like I'll have time to see things, or?
I'm just thinking, let me go check the hours.
Because what time does it start? 8?
In first. Check-in is until 10 p.m. So I would go drop your stuff off, or just go straight to check-in. I don't even know where check-in is. It doesn't tell me. It just
She's
says,
coming from the airport. She's not going to want to go to check-in with all her luggage.
yeah. I'm trying to.
What she's saying is you'll need to go at least check in.
Okay.
Check in until 10, so you'll need to go check in.
Or you go to the anything. You have to check in first.
Okay.
Wristbands. Yeah, it says you must check in to receive your wristbands before attending any summit-related activities. So that's at 10 p.m. is when it closes. A lot of times they will let you pick up for other people. So when we check in on Wednesday, we can always try to get your stuff K-How for you and leave it at the room.
Okay.
So we can at least attempt it and say, you know, we're here to get for K-How too. And a lot of times they'll go ahead and give for other people. But, you know, there's no guarantees always with that. But I've heard it's been lots of times before.
Okay.
And that way that would be easier and one less thing. If we can. So I think.
Are you packing your energized tub, Nicole?
Are we gonna have? I'm gonna have samples. I think I'm gonna bring like a bunch of packets
Of Energize?
of Energize. Sorry.
No, we're gonna have samples of Shakeology, but she was asking if I'm gonna bring my tub of Energize. I need to order a new tub now that you mention it because I'm super low. But yeah, I probably will.
Okay. Well, I was thinking I was going to too, but I just want to make sure like they would allow it on the plane. I don't know because I don't fly often, so I'm kind of nervous.
Well, are you checking a bag?
Yeah.
That is, just put it in your checked bag.
Okay.
You shouldn't have an issue, but sometimes my husband has not checked a bag, and through security, he's had a hard time with his protein powder. So, just check it.
Okay.
Same with your Shakeology. If you do bring Shakeology, which we will have samples there for you guys.
Yeah, I'll probably bring some because I'm going to be there all day on Sunday. So I'll want to have some when I'm there.
Did we cover everything?
I think we did. Do y'all have any questions? Or are you feeling pretty confident? I still have no clue what I'm wearing, when I'm wearing it, nothing. So don't ask me yet. I'm kind of a last minute planner sometimes, but I am going to be looking into that. I've started. So, you know, Nicole told me with my options, I'm going to be peacocking it up at the Mardi Gras party. So I got to think about that. I sent her literally some peacock dresses. I was like, can I wear this? She's like, you're going to be peacocking. That's real volleyball themed. Like it had a peacock feather. I thought it was really cute, but I think like
that would be me.
Everybody's gonna be like, "Oh,
there's that one girl."
You'll be known as the peacock.
Yeah, but you'll probably see everything. You'll probably see some people in full on like Mardi Gras to the floor length Mardi Gras.
Sure.
Wow.
I'm sure the top coaches are going to be like to the nines.
So my dress is really long. Is that bad? I don't want to buy a dress, and I don't think I have anything like short that is cocktail fancy. Anyway, I'll share and see what your opinion is.
I think that like even if it's because it's New Orleans and it's a Mardi Gras party, like even if it's not like super dressy, you could dress it up with like accessories. So if you get like a sundress, you could always dress it up with like Mardi Gras beads and like.
I saw on Poshmark, because I was looking on Poshmark to see if they had any, you know, because I don't know if you guys have ever checked out Poshmark, but you can find used dresses a lot of times for like $20 or whatever. So I was checking them out, and I saw a Mardi Gras dress that a girl was selling that she literally did it herself. She took a little black dress and she added like Mardi Gras beads like up under the boobs and like some sequin stuff and like a choker. And like the way I'm saying it, it sounds really tacky. It actually was super cute. Like I took a screenshot and sent it to my husband, and I was like, what do you think about this? Like it's homemade, but it's actually cute. So, I mean, you can add things to stuff. You know, like what Renee's saying, or it's like, I think it's a masquerade ball. So you can add a mask or whatever.
Is it like, that's what I was trying to go back and look. I'm excited though. It's gonna be fun. What does it say about this Success Club? Mardi Gras party, delicious desserts, riverfront, electric atmosphere, lively music. We're all going to the biggest, most colorful party of the year. There'll be alcohol, and it's at Mardi Gras World in front of Henderson Street.
Maybe I just assume masquerade because all Mardi Gras stuff is typically masquerade.
Yeah. Wristbands.
Or Yadida, you could do that like headband type, you know, like with the feathers or whatever.
Yeah.
That would dress something up. Or like, you know, make it New Orleans-y or Mardi Gras.
Sure.
We have I was looking at those. They have them on Etsy for like 10 or 15 bucks.
Okay.
You'll see everything there, so just, you know, don't stress over the outfits. Like, you really will see some people that don't participate. Like, they just don't. They don't want to. So, I mean, you'll see most people that do, you know, you see all types of people because there's all types of coaches. So, you know, some people, I mean, we've seen, what have some of the other people posted for their dresses? Has anybody from Team Fit Revival posted anything?
There was the one, the like, for lack of better wording and description, the mustard yellow dress. The ruffle. I know that sounds bad. It was actually a pretty dress, but that's all I can.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
So I saw that, and that one's not like. I think there's gonna be people in that. There's gonna be people in like what K House wearing. There's gonna be Little Miss Peacock. There's gonna be people.
I'm not sure yet.
There's gonna be sequins. Like I know. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I'm gonna have sequins because I'm more of a sequins person.
I really do.
So there'll be all types, and I think that the main thing is that you're comfortable, and I don't think that's a big deal. I just think like remember it's gonna be hot. Like even at night it's gonna be hot.
And we wear the workout shirts to the super workout. So like our team shirts, we all wear the super workout.
Mm. And that's the workout on Saturday, right?
Yeah. So we'll all match for that big workout.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
And, you know, any other questions, you know, just ask in the meantime if you can think of anything. And
I will send everyone the address to the house this week, so everyone will have that.
Okay, so that's another thing. I think it's important that we have some easy way of staying in contact when we're not in contact, like if we need to for any reason. Like a lot of people will do that group me app, or we can do a group text message and get just a thread going somehow. But I think like making sure we have some like, this is our group, you know, message going on for the house. And then I'll add Tracy to it too, because she lives in New Orleans.
How many people staying at the house?
I think 7 or 6, 7. We had some that had to cancel last minute for various reasons.
I think it's 6, right? It's us. No. Who else is staying? It's 5. It's us and Samantha, right?
And Christina.
Is Christina not staying there?
Christina.
Oh, Christina is staying there?
Yeah. So that's 6. Is it only
6.
And then, yeah, Tracy's not staying there.
Oh, Christina Munoz. I'm thinking of Christina Palmer. Okay.
Yeah, she was going to come and then she didn't. There's, a lot of that. But I think, like, for our dinner night, Christina was, I don't know if Carrie Miller, maybe, I don't know, for before the ending thing.
Well, the way we're doing it with the takeout, she can just take a look at the takeout menu and pick something, and or heck, I mean, we can give her a takeout menu and she can call and order her food and just give them the address and whatever. But anyways, we'll figure that out.
Yeah, and so yeah, there will be, I guess, how many did we say? 7 on our app or whatever form we decide. Like, I don't want to do a Facebook group, maybe a Facebook message thread, but even then I feel like that can get too overwhelming if we're getting other messages, because as announcements come up, we're going to be probably messaging people business-wise through Messenger, Facebook. So maybe I think either just through our phone, having a group message, text message thread, or like do the app Group Me. Does anybody know any other like good apps like that? Or do you think that's probably going to be fine? I just know it's going to be important to have.
We'll just go. I don't. Whatever. So we can just go with.
I think text message. Well, see, text message, then you don't know who. Well, yeah, I don't know. We'll just.
Everyone would have to save everyone's name to know who's talking. Otherwise, it'll just come up as a number.
Yeah.
Right.
I say either the app or Messenger.
I think Group Me is good because it's just.
Okay.
Group Me is fine. Yeah.
All right, let's do that. We'll just we can include that in the message for those that aren't on the call, and just let everyone know to download that app, so we can stay in touch. I will also be giving everyone a code to the house. So there's no key to keep up with. It's just a code to get in and out. That way, when we're coming and going, you just use that code. Okay, how I have to look at the checkout, but the checkout is on Sunday, I think is like at 10 or 11. So I'll have to let you know what that checkout is to be sure.
Okay.
Maybe if she doesn't have anyone coming in the house right away, or the housekeeper coming in that day, maybe she'll let us do a later checkout.
All right. Yeah, I haven't figured out what I'm gonna do that day either. Like, I know I could like just go to the airport and do like a bunch of messaging and personal development, but I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I was actually gonna kind of wait until I get there to kind of get the feel of it, because I've never been there before.
Yeah.
And then maybe do something like touristy or something during the day. I haven't decided yet.
Yeah, well, I'll reach out to the lady and see. Well, first I'll just look and see what the checkout time is, but then I'll reach out to her if it's super early and ask her if she has anyone else checking in, or if we can stay a little bit later, if it's a big deal what time we get out.
Okay.
Oh, and I will give you guys instructions. We do have some cleanup, since it is a house rather than a hotel. There is some cleanup that we will have to team up and do. So the teamwork will be, and there's a list I'll print out for us so we can all like knock it out together. But it's like taking the trash out and putting it in the outside trash can. It's loading the dishwasher and running the dishwasher. And I can't remember what else, but it's
Stripping the beds, maybe something like that.
No, it actually specified not to pull the sheets off the beds. I believe, but there is a list of duties for us to do. So we'll have to team up and do that on Saturday night, because like I know I fly out at 6 a.m. on Sunday. So I'm going to be leaving the house by like probably 4 a.m. So.
Okay, Hal, what's your number, your phone number?
720-318-1398. Well, I also have a question because I haven't heard anything about it, but are we going to have wine at the house?
I would say we can, yeah. I say that's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, I think Renee and I talked about it before, like hitting up the liquor store on Wednesday and getting like a couple of bottles of wine and maybe like some a thing of Tito's and LaCroix.
Ooh. All right. Well, I'll just give, if you guys just want to get them, I'll just give you guys money when I get there.
We'll figure all that out as far as all that goes. Hopefully y'all got a notification. My phone just died in the middle of it, but I was creating a group me thing.
I got it.
You did get it? So it did go through before.
Yeah.
We just need to add Samantha to it. You just can type in her phone number and add her to that group. And then, so we can just at least have that going before we get there. So, okay, how, like, you can go in there and be like, I'm here, or whatever. And then Nicole can be like, tonight, I don't know. It'll just be an easy way for everybody to know, be in the know. So, I think that's it. It's late, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but I'm over here on the East Coast.
Hey, I have a really important question. To those trainings, do you wear heels or flats?
Flats. One time I tried to wear heels in Las Vegas and I slipped, and the dude was like, dang, you've been working out because you caught yourself good with that like backhand. Trying to get like, woo, I slid on the floor and like I was like, dang, in front of all these people, how embarrassing. And that was my first summit. So I learned from that, like flip-flops, cash, like something to be like in school. You know, like you're going to be needing your notebook. You need to bring, if you have a power bank, you're going to want that. You're going to find everybody over by a plug somewhere charging their phones. Because it was me a lot of times, because my power bank, if I forgot to charge that, I would be, you know, so have backup power for your phone because you're going to want it. If you want to bring a laptop or tablet, if you're a faster typer, do that. Other than that, you want a notebook because you're going to be taking crazy notes, and you're going to want to take pictures of slides that are going to be shown by other top coaches and how they run their business. So yeah, you're going to want like that kind of stuff with you. So yeah, bring your book bag. And power.
But don't bring the Beachbody backpack because everyone's going to have it. And
where is mine? Have you gotten yours?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Did you register for it?
Yes.
Like that you got the email and you clicked on the little thing that said register for my backpack and you put in?
To confirm that it was your address or whatever and it was shipping to the right place? Yeah. I did that. Didn't you have
I've had it for a couple of weeks.
Dang. I really was looking forward to that backpack.
Well, don't bring it to Summit because, you know, everyone that got it is going to have it, and it'll get mixed up.
Well, I don't have one.
Well, if you do get it, don't bring it. I was going to bring mine, and then Miguel made that point, and I was like, oh, good point.
Dang. See, I've been thinking about that too. I need to go research. Be like, where's my backpack, yo?
Did you see any backpacks at Marshall's when you were there, Nicole?
I honestly didn't look. Yes, they had some. I just didn't really pay much attention. The only reason I even know they had some is because I noticed they had my husband's same one that he paid like triple the price of online. But I didn't notice, like, you know, if they had like cute ones or whatever.
Mad about my backpack. Like, now I gotta be checking and writing and emailing. So, I wonder, I mean, that's happened to you before too, hadn't it, Nicole?
What? Yeah.
Recognition. They sent it to you though, right?
It just took a long time. That was the container. Got your container way before I got my container.
Oh yeah, that was recently. Wait, that was the. No, that was a while ago. Well, we'll see. I'm gonna look into it. I'm sure I'll get it. I just always worry about my old house if they accidentally ship there.
Yeah, that happened to me for a while with the apartment here. They're pretty good about because they shipped a bag of Shakeology, and it was their fault to my old apartment when I first bought this house, and I could not locate that Shakeology. Like, I even drove over there and like knocked on the old apartment's door to like the new tenants, and I was like, did my Shakeology come here? and Beachbody ended up replacing it. So
How do I double check that I filled out this form? Like, I know I filled it out though. Yeah, I remember.
just go through FAQ and contact them and say, hey, you filled out the form and you hadn't received anything yet, and you were just curious because some of your downline have already received theirs and have, you know, received it weeks ago.
Wait, it says the April Success Club prize will close on July 19th. So you can still fill this out?
Go fill it out again.
I guess so. I can't believe it says July 19th. Sorry, y'all. I got into this now. So.
Hey, I have an important question, and anyone that wants to hang up can hang up, because at this point, like, I know. And Renee, if you want to hit like where it's not recording anymore, because I don't feel like this is necessarily pertaining to our team call. But I just lost it. What was I gonna say?